Good day, viewers. Today, I would like to talk to us about success. Many a time, many people don't really understand what success is. Some people equate success with the money acquisition, property acquisition, children, marrying, settling, being progressive in their career. But at the end of all these acquisitions, at the zenith, the summit, the apex of these acquisitions, realize that there is complacency. Realize that there is indolence. Realize that there is sadness. There's helplessness. There's hopelessness. There's an emptiness which all the acquisitions, which all the attainments and achievements cannot fail. As a philosopher, I think the real measure of success is peace. If you achieve all these things and at the end you have peace, then you're successful. But if you acquire all these material things, power, glory, armaments, arms, ammunition, nuclear powers, you marry, you settle down, you do all those children, wonderful progress, and you don't have peace, you're still unsuccessful, you're still a failure. So whatever you do in life, aim to achieve peace. If you're a peaceful person and you're giving peace to others and you have peace, then you're successful. I've seen multi-millionaires on drugs. I've seen celebrities killing themselves, killing others. I've seen powerful military officers, generals, presidents. I have powerful connections. I've seen powerful people that we envy in the society. We think they've had it all. Yet, from the bottom of their hearts, I know they don't have peace. That's why relatively, what made peace one's priority. Whatever will take your peace away, is it betrayal? Is it vengeance? Is it gossip? Is it illegality? Is it bringing pain, shame to others? Please avoid it. Peace is the epitome of success. Peace will remove you from the pit of life. Once you have peace, consider yourself successful. There's a difference between peace and happiness, so realize. In the midst of this sadness, poverty, illegality, shame, bereavement, loneliness, torture, infertility, you could choose to have peace. Peace is a choice. Happiness and sadness are choices as well. But peace is a choice. It's a byproduct of realizing the value of happiness. No matter what happens in life, choose happiness. Rejoice. Don't let the troubles of this life weigh you down. Always consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself advantaged. Consider yourself blessed. Consider yourself privileged. Consider yourself, liberated, emancipated. Consider yourself educated. Consider yourself remunerated by nature. Consider yourself a success. Consideration is the bedrock of maturity as well. Consideration, very vital. And consideration actually creates room for appreciation. When you begin to consider, then you learn to appreciate. Consideration is the key that opens doors to appreciation. And once there's appreciation, felicitation comes in. Liberation comes in. Adoration comes in. Congratulation comes in. Then the next thing that takes over is what? Peace. So in all ramifications, please learn to show appreciation. Appreciation could open doors to your mental liberation. Yes, we are victims of evolution. Somehow, some of us are beneficiaries of mental evolution as well. But in the midst of this evolution is consideration. And those who make consideration, their primary orientation ends up with what? Mental liberation. Learn to be considerate to the next neighbor, to the next man, to the next woman. They say love your neighbor as you love yourself. But sometimes it's good to put others before us. Save others. Mature people, save the weak and vulnerable among us. Save the women, save the children, save the sick and disabled. Make room for them. Save them first before thinking. Don't always think about yourself. Selfishness is a pin that pierces the balloon of peace. Look at the selfish. They are seldom happy. They are seldom at peace. But look at the liberal-minded, the altruistic. Look at those who place others before themselves. Those who are very, very considerate. Despite all the troubles, you always see them having inner peace. You may not have all the money in the world, but don't let your happiness or your peace depend on financial acquisition. You may not be married. Don't let your singleness or divorce or loneliness, deprive you of your happiness. You might not be free. You might be in prison. You might be facing incarceration. But don't let that imprisonment take your happiness. You might not have gotten all that you desired. But don't let that lack take your happiness. Don't equate success with material acquisition. With how many laurels you won, how many trophies you won, money you have acquired, children you have, marriage, all those things. Yes, these are standards set by the society. We didn't ask to be born. We are not consulted before being born, before being created. You didn't give yourself the name. You didn't choose your sex. You didn't choose who you should be. They were all in positions upon you. So make do and make the best out of them. Don't be ruled by situations. Don't be ruled by trepidations. Remove fear. Eradicate this subconscious feeling that you're always insecure. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. As a woman thinketh in her heart, so she is. Refine your thoughts. Purify your thoughts. Think right. Live right. Think right. Always be positive-minded. Believe it's going to be okay. Hope filters, the rubrics of life. Hope is a filter. As long as you're living with hope, your life will always be refined. Embrace hope and work hard. Believe in the best, but always expect the worst. But remember, believe, faith always conquers expectations. Believe in the best, but expect the worst. If the best to come, fine and good. But if the worst comes, at least you prepare for it. Always attain to have success. But at the back of your mind, know that failure is an option. And please, never make priority those that sees you as an option. To live with peace in life, go to or inculcate or reside or mix up with folks that celebrate you, not with folks that tolerate you. Whenever you're tolerated, they make you feel insecure. They make you feel worthless. They make you feel mentally inferior. They make you feel second-hand. Yeah. They make you feel fairly used. They won't take like original. But wherever you're celebrated, people that appreciate your talent, your presence, your glory, you always reign. You always excel. You always fly. You always soar in glory, in beauty, in love. You bring out the best in you. So avoid toxic environments. Avoid where there's quarrelsomeness. Avoid relationship, where there's jealousy, cantankerous spirit. Where there's bitterness, backbiting, hatred, envy, malice. Where there's ignorance and arrogance and violence. Avoid this type of environments. In this world, there's so much space in this universe. Carve a niche for yourself. It might be your small room. It might be your small cubicle. It might be your small home. Plant flowers, Look at your environment. That little place you find yourself. Make it habitable. Make it so clean and purified that it will, the angels be happy to cohabit with you. The angels, good spirit, good energy, we find it worthy to come and be around you. Listen, inspiration is a spirit. Know that today. Talent is a spirit. And I'm highly talented, very creative. Look at my work. Go to internet, check it, you see. Listen. Personally, I experienced that good energy are attracted to environments of peace. Inspiration comes where there's conducive atmosphere. The angels of God come around. They dwell where there's holiness, glory, purification. This is a personal experience. So whatever I do, I try as much as I can to live pure to the best of my knowledge, to avoid contamination, to avoid sickness, to avoid pain, shame, agony, and to avoid creating trouble for others. I try to follow peace with all men. I try to settle disputes, try to reason, try to dialogue, avoid confrontation, mind my business. Imbibe these attitudes. And by doing all this, still try to be very creative. Try to add value to existence. Ask yourself, what can I add to life that is not there? How can I make the next person better? How can I make the road better? You're walking on the roads. You see litter that throwing away, pick it up, put it in the bin. You see things that are falling or whatever. Try to make them okay. Don't wait to be commanded. Don't wait to be called. Let common sense tell you to do is right. You see people that are in danger, try to save if it's in your power. There's a lot of things, that incubate the spirit of patriotism. We are all human. We are a human family, a global family. Irrespective of race, grace, face, religion, tribe, sex, orientation, training, and background. We are all human. We belong to the same human family. We are one or none. What is in any is in many. And what is in many is in any. The next person there is your brother. The next woman is the next sister is, the next woman is your sister. The next man is your brother. And God is our father. And nature is our mother. See life from a simple perspective. Be real. Be optimistic. Be hopeful. Be hardworking. Be vibrant. Don't carry your losses on your head. Yeah, when you lost, it pains. But don't carry them on your head. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will always come as a fresh, as a fresh dew. Blessed is tomorrow. For it will always come with freshness, with its own hopes, aspirations, with new challenges, with new mentality, with new discoveries, with new revelations. Life is dynamic. It is not static. Like I said recently, man, woman, you can break the watch. You can break the clock. They cannot stop the time. People may break your watch, they may break your clock, but they cannot stop your time. You're created for a purpose, and you're living for that purpose. And that purpose is to worship Jehovah Elohim, worship God Almighty with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your spirit. And that purpose is sound in rendering the best service to humanity. You will not sing God according to some of you, but you're seeing God's creatures. You're seeing the men, the women, the flowers, the trees, the environment. Look after all this. Be kind and fair to all this, to the people despite their color, their race, their religion, the shape of their eyes, the color of their nose, color of their skin, the size of their head, and all those things. Be kind to all. Purify your spirit. Illuminate your being. There's a light in you waiting to be shown to the world. The world is waiting for your arrival. You can still make it. Failure is not the end of the world. Rise up from the dungeon of fear. Rise up from the pit of self-pity. Rise up from the pit of misery. Rise up from this squalor they put you into. Rise up from illegality. Rise up from the pit of arrogance and vengeance and imbecility and atrocity. Rise up and become the glorious child, man, woman God made you to be. Rise up and fulfill your destiny. Rise up and make this world a better place. You can. Yes, you can. Believe me, you can. You are created for a powerful purpose. Your life makes a difference. You matter. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are handsome. You are beautiful. You are eloquent. You can make it. Your little contribution matters. Don't allow people to put you down. Don't allow situations to put you down. Excel in glory. Excel in love, in beauty, in purity, in sanity. Educate others. Liberate others. Emancipate others. Through your talent, through your hard work. You can. Man, woman, you can. Believe me, you can. I don't care tonight about your religion or your race. As long as you're human, you're one of us. Be humane in all you do. Learn to bless others. Even if nobody trusts you, trust yourself. Even if you think everybody hates you, love yourself. Even if you feel everyone rejects you, accept yourself. Even if nobody understands you, try to understand yourself. How can you know others when you don't know yourself? How can you know God when you don't know yourself? You should understand the mindset of a creator by studying the creatures. Relatively, I try to understand the mindset of Almighty God by be an observer of human behavior by studying God's creations. I try to study the river, the ocean, the wind, the sun, the flowers. I try to study human beings, their mindset, their physiognomy, their anatomy. I try to study the progeny of humanity. I try to understand the mentality, the residual beliefs, what incubates faith, what incubates doubt, what sustains faith, what sustains doubt, what leads people to atrocities. I try to understand the weaknesses of man. Some of you call it crimes. I see them as weaknesses. Some of you see people as evil. I see them as weak. Because we are living in a predatory society. We are slaves to predation. We eat to be eaten. We give to be given. We consume to be consumed. You're consuming vegetable now. You're eating burger. You're eating all those things to be fat. You're being fattened for the worms that will finally consume you. Actually, this excess gluten it's like a heavy weight upon your existence. You need moderation. Eat lightly, drink lightly. Whatever you do in excess, you always pay for it. You pay negatively, yeah. Moderation is the key to life. The only thing I expect to be ruthless with is your peace. Guide your peace jealously. Guide your peace jealously. Guide societal peace. Guide environmental peace jealously. And please do your best to maintain the environment. Because the environment actually is used to sustain us. We walk on the ground. Don't allow erosion to destroy the ground. The trees release oxygen to us as well. Don't make life the desert. Try to plant trees. As you're cutting, you're planting. We are sustained with oxygen. Don't pollute it. Don't make the environment toxic. You can become the best of what you're created to be. Create jobs. Create global happiness. Be innovative. Be creative. Instill peace. Learn to tolerate. Life is amazing. Life is beautiful. Life is wonderful. Look at the hills, powerful hills. Look at the powerful mountains. Look at the ocean. Look at the fish. Look at the wildlife. Look at the seals. Hippopotamus, lions, tigers. Look at the creations of God. They're all beautiful. They're all beautiful. But it is only man that has seen this to be negative. Why are we so destructive? Why are we so imbecilic and atrocious? Why don't we learn to tolerate? Why do we use guns to kill one another? Why do we shoot the innocent? Why do we frame people up and hang them on the walls of reality? Why don't we tell the truth? Why don't we, why don't we become honest? with power and authority? Why are we so corrupt? Why do we aggrandize, public fund to ourselves? Why do we embezzle fund? Why do we cheat others? Why do we take advantage of people? Why do we exploit others? Why are we so destructive? Why is man so destructive? Why is man so parasitic to the soul of nature? You can make a difference. You can make a difference. I have written loads of books. I try to educate on national TV, all those things. Travel to so many countries, so many continents. Even currently in England now, I've seen that it takes the wisdom of man to create freedom in this earthly kingdom. Dear man, dear woman, utilize your wisdom. Utilize your freedom. You're living in God's kingdom. It takes the sane to free the insane. It takes the wise to free the foolish. It takes the mentally rich to enriching the poor. It takes the tolerant, to liberate the intolerant. It takes those people, that if imbibe egalitarianism, to liberate and rehabilitate those that involved in totalitarianism. It takes the liberal, to liberate the dictator. Be liberal. Be liberal-minded. Be gorgeous. Be generous. Be beautiful. Be excellent. Practice what you preach. You're created for a purpose. You're not an accident. Everything you suffered in life, everything that happened to you, is that you may become who you are today. Troubles don't last always. They come, they serve their tenure, they leave. Every problem has an expiry date. Every problem has an expiry date. Let there be a new you. Let there be a new life. Let there be a new joy. Let there be a new glory. And for those that are involved in abortion, killing innocent children, killing unborn babies, I say, may God have mercy upon you. The only reason why one will subscribe to abortion is if the life of the baby, if the life of the mother is in danger and the baby is disabled, maybe the unborn child, if born, is going to give trouble. That's the only reason. If the life of the mother is not going to be in danger, is not in danger, and the baby is not disabled, there's no reason why you shouldn't give birth, to that child. The child didn't ask to from India, 2 adults or whatever, even if it's byproduct of rape, still give the child, give that unborn baby a chance to be born. The Bible says, thou shalt not kill. I don't subscribe to abortion. That's the way I look at abortionists. Imagine if your mother aborted you, will you have been watching this program now? Will you have, stood up to maybe answer a human being, be a man, be a woman, be a president, be a doctor, be a lawyer, even be a medical doctor, or even be the prostitute that want to go and abort that baby? Live and let live. You were given a chance to experience reality in this beautiful world. Give others a chance to experience reality. Yeah, women say they abort, they do what they want. It's your right, I agree. But where is your consideration? What rules your conscience? You're trying to take another life. So selfish. May God give us consideration in Jesus' name. And the kidnappers and armed robbers and assassins, what do you see in your dreams? How do you close your eyes? What rules your conscience? Your paid money, financial money, benefit to go and take another life. Life you didn't create. Life you cannot even create a fiber of it. Can you create blood? You know the origin of the conscience? Do you know the source of the consciousness? How the consciousness originates? Who are you? When are you? How are you? Why are you? Where are you? Where will you be hereafter? Where were you like 400, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago? We exist now. Yes, I agree. Every age is modern for its dwellers. Every era is modern for its dwellers. But where will you spend eternity? The next 300, 500, 600, 800, 1,000 years. Where will you be? I expect you to question your reality. Question your residence. Question your imbecility. Question your excesses. Question your ability. Question your fidelity. Question the things around you. Question your insecurity. Question your fears. Confront the negative energies that pull you down. Look at your environment. Ask yourself, who am I? What am I? When am I? How am I? After here, where next? What do I gain from hurting others? What do I gain from betraying others? What do I gain from cheating? What do I gain from robbery? What do I gain from imbecility? What do I gain from character assassination? What do I gain from deception, credit card fraud, all those things? What do I gain from involving myself in gun culture, drug culture? What do I gain in being part of the gang that creates sadness, public sadness? What do I gain by being a vulture to natural cultures? What do I gain from being a devourer? What do I gain from being a caterpillar that pulls on the pillars of glory, pillars of mental excellence, pillars of science, pillars of, glorious democracy? What do I gain from being a tiny and mini dictator? Do I realize my meaninglessness? Do I value my nothingness, that I wasn't here before? I was just introduced between time and space. I'm existing between time and space. More time now, I'm God. In next 1,000 years, I'm looking for, I will not be seen. There will be looked for and I will not be found. Probably I'll be survived by memories. Memories that will still fade. What is life? What is death? What are we living for? Who are we living for? After here, where next? Where am I discriminating? Where am I attacking others in the name of religion? Where am I beheading people? Where am I amputating people? Why am I putting women in bondage? Where am I cheating that relationship? Where am I looking down on people because they're short, because they're tall, because they're fat, obese, because of their race, because of their creed? Why should I look down on people? Why don't I see people as human first? Why don't I embrace humanism? Why don't I learn to liberate, learn to cogitate, learn to ruminate, learn to educate, learn to felicitate? Why do people always want to complicate? Are you part of the solution or part of the problem? Ask yourself. Why are you a mini dictator? You suppress people, you rule people, you assassinate people just to remain in power. Some people just force themselves to lead. But when they get to the throne of leadership, they don't know their left from their right. Born to rule. You're an animal, born to rule. Born to rule who? Can't you be able to rule yourself? Look at your environment first. You have not made it better. Why do you want to impose your idiocy upon others? You can't give what you don't have. You can't forget what you don't know. Man, know thyself. Charity begins from home. Cleanse your environment first, then you think about giving others joy. Create joy in your home first before you think about giving public joy. Somehow, you are your thoughts. But you are judged by your acts. Motives are judged before actions. Motives are judged before actions. So refine your motives, refine your determination, refine your thoughts, because they kind of influence your actions. With a constantly purifying thoughts process, you will know how to assess information, you will know how to disseminate information, then you will know how to really, act good in society. Because if there's premeditation, if there's calculation, if there's cogitation, and refinement comes in, then actions relatively be refined as well. That's why in legality, in law, motives are judged. Motivations are always looked. Motives, the bedrock of legality, because motive kind of influence actions. Be careful. Your thought process matters. Your thought process matters. Your thought process matters. Be careful what fills your heart, what fills your mind. Be careful. Be careful. There's life inside life. Let that life be a glorious life. Let that life purify. Let that life sanctify. Let that life cleanse you. Let that life cleanse you. There are some of us who look at us, our minds are glowing. Glowing. Our minds are relatively purified. We understand the basic tenets of life. We look at life from a different dimension, from a different perspective. Because perception sums reality. Relatively, you are what you think. But please think right, think glorious, think wise, think beautiful, think excellence, think love, think peace, think prosperity, think societal liberation, think kindness, think consideration. And above all, be careful the way you treat people you meet on your way going. You might meet them on your way coming. Don't cross the bridge and burn it. What goes round comes around. We are one or none. Life is larger than logic. Be the friend you want. Be the joy you want. Be the peace you want. Be the love you demand. Be the trust you demand. Appreciate. 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 Learn to celebrate humanity. Learn to celebrate divinity. Learn to celebrate talent. Be happy for people when they are progressing. By so doing, your own progress will come. Learn to be grateful. Gratitude, in a way, sums of your rectitude. Gratitude sums rectitude. And this rectitude brings fortitude. Yes. Gratitude, appreciation, sums up your rectitude. And this rectitude brings fortitude. Fortitude is comfort, you know. You can be comforted, you can be liberated, you can be emancipated. Most of us are in the gutter, but some of us are looking up to the sky. Most of us are in chains, but within these chains, there's creativity. Our hands are shackled, our legs are shackled, but our minds are free. You've tied my hands, you've tied my legs, but my mind is free because I'm still imagining things. My imagination is free, and imagination rules the world, so I will always be a leader. He who ties your mind ties your all. Because the mind is the soul of reality. From the mind, flows the well of glory, the water of glory. The rivers of freshness, the rivers of creativity, the rivers of basic, love, peace, joy, understanding, glory, scientific achievement. The mind is the seat of wisdom. But the heart, very, very important to tolerate. The heart accommodates a lot. The mind is like a baby that needs nursing, that needs all-round attendance until it grows into, maturity. Then it can be left alone to explore the world. Please nurse your mind gently. Nurse your mind academically. Nurse your mind intellectually. Nurse your mind liberally. Nurse your mind educatively. Nurse your mind aesthetically. Please nurse your mind beautifully. Nurse your mind with the flowers of glory, with the beauty in diligence, with the patience in love. Nurse your mind